Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with our realistic series. It's right there. Okay. Go and visit the sugar company a minute. This is the sugar company. Right there you can tip out sugar beet, sugar cane or cut sugar beet, and we've got 3 different silos ready for the products in question. So we can grow sugarcane here in Spain. Fantastic. And there's a load of unprocessed sugarcane. Sugar beet, rather. If we have a look at the prices, right there, 112 for plain sugar beet, and then if you cut it, it's 157. It does actually go up to 229 as the most expensive there, 165 the most expensive for the sugar beet. So it does fluctuate a bit in price. And then if we go on round here, is there a purchase point anywhere? Can we buy this one? Or is this a set sale point only? It doesn't actually seem to be a point of purchase. A Coronella Remake 22. They had to revise this one 22 times to make this, okay? It's actually pretty impressive. If I press N, does that do anything? If I go over here and press... No. N is normally the button to interact, if you're going to interact. Oh, no. There. There's no N showing up on this one, so there doesn't seem to be any interaction options. The other thing, of course, is buying it on a map. Farmland. That's not an option. Buying that one is not an option. 101 right next to it, we can do, but that's next to it, that's in across that way. So this one here is not actually an item that is for sale. So if we were to want to do sugar, we'd have to buy up like one of these little plots right here and then try and do our own sugar. And I can't remember how much a sugar factory is. We know that there's no sugar factory available in the Coronella ones. So we would want to go production, just the regular factories. So scroll all the way down through. Carpentry, dairy, sugar mill, right there. 80 grand for a sugar mill. You get those 3 come in, you get sugar coming out. We could put that one down here. Now, that would fit, right? We could put that one in here. We would need to be able to set it up so that we could get right round the thing and also get out again. But I'd want to be able to access it. I'm not sure that that particular spot there is the best one for it. Sure where else we could go. There's this one here. That actually might be a better spot. Put that one there so then I can access the sugar on that one. And then I can get round the back of that fairly easily. And then we've got a lane that goes around there. That comes from our farm. That goes over this way. It's actually direct from our farm. So we follow that lane. It goes all the way over to here. We cross the road. Down here. Ignoring the little solar farm that's there. Down across the river. In here. And then we can tip out. We can go back this way. Which is quite... Okay, that's a really long way to go. Join up to that lane there, cross another bridge. Here, this lane here. Good gravy. Okay, so we don't want to go along this one, because we're just going to get hopelessly lost. Comes all the way out over here to this road. I don't even know where I am now. That's my field there. No, it's not. Alright, now I'm just lost. Right, so, we don't want to buy that one, but if we were going to get something, we'd get the one... This one here is not quite the right shape for producing the sugar. But if we were to buy that one, we'd have enough room to get round it, and then we would go back through there and then head back up. And then we've got sugar that... We'd be producing sugar that we could go and sell. So, the sugar beet... cut. We would want to do it with a cut sugar beet because I think you actually get more sugar back from that one than you do from the other. And then sugar itself, sell it in June, 531, which is considerably better than just the sugar beet on its own. I think it's 2 sugar beet for 1 piece of sugar. I could be wrong. But 2 sugar beet sells for 320 and 1 sugar sells for 500 and something, so it's definitely a better deal. It definitely works out quite nice. So I think that we might try and do that. We're going to get an awful lot of sugar beet this year, so it'd be really in our interests to process that sugar beet somehow. We're going to want some of it for making the animal feed, but we can always go and grow more later on if we decide to stay here for a longer period of time. Otherwise, I kind of want to do something with it. I don't want to just have that crop sat in the shed doing nothing, but also I don't just want to sell it as it is, because it kind of feels like I'm wasting it. I'm losing out on an opportunity there. So I'm thinking that I will probably do something with it. And I'm going to cut the sugar beet. And I'd like to cut all of the sugar beet, because I don't think there's any need for me to do otherwise. I don't particularly want to use the placeable for the Coronella map, mainly because I just don't like the idea of having to shovel that into the top of that bin. I would rather just be able to do it with trailers. I guess what we could do is we could place the thing down somewhere and then build the ground up beside it so that I can reverse up and tip into the top. That is one option. But I don't really want to do that, and I don't want to place ramps and stuff like that down. It seems like a bit of a headache to go and do all of that. Right, let's lift you up. As soon as I've done this one, I'm going to tell the shop to come up and collect this, because I don't want to drive it all the way down. And then I'm going to go and get the pallets of produce that we've got. Let's do that there, and then that lot can all go in, and then lower this one down while that one's folding up. We go in and we have a look over here. So we have 61 straw bales in here, plus we've got 2 pallets of eggs, which is actually awesome and fantastic, and I love it. I really do. Right, that is now done. So I'm going to tell the people in the shop that they can come and collect this one, because I don't want to drive it down there. I'm very lazy. Return. Yes. Right. That one has been returned. I'm going to take this one round to the wash station, and we're going to clean this tractor off. It's looking a bit grubby here. Could really do with a bit of spit and polish on this one. And where are we going to plant what crops next? Because I need to be able to get the next stuff in the ground. If we have a look at our planting windows and stuff, wheat and barley, we're going to want to start planting that soon. Canola as well, like that's we need to start work on getting some of this ready. Harvest is not until at least October for these. I want sunflowers and corn planted. So both of those crops must be planted in the spring. So I'm going to need 2 fields reserved for those 2 crops. Oats is a cash crop. Canola is a cash crop for us. We know the other 2. I have no interest in growing sorghum anyway. I do want to grow barley somewhere. I'm thinking I'm going to do barley and wheat this year. So as I'm doing barley and wheat, I need 2 fields reserved for doing those. We won't use that one because that one's had barley in it. So I'm thinking we do barley in 24 and wheat in 23, or the other way around. It doesn't matter which. And we will put sunflowers in 34 and corn up in field 22. Something like that. I might put wheat down in 34, actually, and we'll do corn in 23 or 24, and we'll do sunflowers up there in 22. Something like that. This one down here, I'm going to replant this one with grass, because we're going to get the sheep. That's the first animal that we're going to get, and so we need to be able to get them some grass. So field 35 is going back into grass after I've done this harvest. And then field 36 over here, I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet. I have no idea. I will put something in there. I will plant something in there, but I just don't know what it's going to be. Now, in order to be able to do all of the above tasks that I've been talking about, we're going to get the pressure washer out, and we're going to wash that one off really quickly. And then, once I've done that... oh, I know what I wanted to do. I'm just going to park that one there a second, and then I'm going to go to this tractor. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Unhitch that one. And then I'm going to unhitch that weight, and that can go onto the front. Spin you around. Like that. Right, that's that one hitched on. And then I can go and get that trailer over there, and we will load up the melons and lettuces that we've got available. There. How good am I at reversing this little trailer? The little trailers are always harder to reverse than the big trailers because you've got a shorter wheelbase on them, so they turn faster. The ones that... I always find the ones that are more challenging are not actually just the shorter wheelbase ones, it's the ones with like a triple axle on them, because they don't always pivot on one axle. They're not going to pivot on the center one or the back one. Depends on the slope that you're driving on. So sometimes you have them pivot on the front axle. Sometimes they pivot on the back axle for a bit, and then they suddenly start pivoting on the front axle. I think I've actually mentioned this before when I'm reversing the lorry and the trailers. It does get difficult. It is a bit of a challenge. Oh, this one does actually pick up from behind. Well, that's handy. Alright, let's drive you back into there like that. Pick up everything there. So that greenhouse can be sold. I'm not going to do the selling of the greenhouses yet, though, because I would like to keep them until after we've done the 2 big harvests, because I want to keep as much money as I possibly can. Okay, I've got a pallet of melons there that's kind of sticking out a bit. There's one more pallet on there, and hopefully I've got enough for one more pallet. No, there. 22 out of... yeah, I have. I've got plenty of space. Right, we'll go and grab this last one. What have I got left in these greenhouses? Let's have a look. The melons, there, I've got 816. They're not going to spawn. I've got no more manure in there. And these got 150. And then those watermelons right there, I got 430. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change these, the selling. I'm going to change the output to direct sell. And that one. And that one as well. So they are now selling. Like that. They will sell off the bits that are left inside the greenhouses. They don't do that, though, until you reach the top of the hour. So we're going to fast forward now until top of the hour. There. They've just now sold off. We've got 41,507 now. They're gone. They're gone. And they're gone. So I'm going to change these back now to change output, distributing spawn. Same again. There. Right. That's absolutely fine. I did that. Well, I only need to do the middle one, but that doesn't really matter. I just wanted to do all of them. And we're going to take these over, and we're going to store these temporarily in this shed over here. We can keep these here for a little bit, just because at the moment, like, they're about as low in value as they can possibly get. And also, I'm curious to see what the limitations are for this shed. Can we unload into the shed via a trailer on here where the entrance to the shed is? It's a little bit awkward. If I bring it back here. Right, they go straight into the shed, but you do have to back them in far enough. And I can't go any further back than that, which makes it quite difficult to load in. Like, if you've got bigger loads than that, it is going to be difficult to kind of get them. And then if we go back over this way, I've got all of these pallets here. I can't run in there. But there. I've now got 86 items in here. You can see all the pallets out the front. I actually really like that. It's really cool. Okay, right. Let's go and put this one back. So, I am going to put grass in the field down over here. I'm going to have wheat in a field. Let's just go in around here, shall we? I'm going to have wheat in a field. And I'm going to have barley in another field. Sunflowers in a field and corn in a field. So that's most of the fields already planned for. That we already own. Grass in that one. Wheat in that one's got the sugar beet at the moment. Barley and corn in these. Sunflowers in that one up there. I don't know what I'm going to go and put in field 36. It's a long way away. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with that field just yet. We'll think of something. We'll put something in there, no doubt, at some point. So if I'm having wheat down there, this one's going to be... This is probably going to be the barley. And then the corn over in this one. Wheat, barley in that one. So that's the field there that I need to prepare. Because the others, we can do those through the winter. That's all I need to find out, is which one I need to prepare now. So I need to prepare field 24. And what I'm actually thinking is if I unhitch that one there. And then... Doesn't matter. I'm not going to use this one. Let's go and use this one. Somewhere I've got a fertilizer spreader, but I don't know where I put it. Does anyone remember where I left my fertilizer spreader? Got a bale trailer right there that we could have used. And I've got... See, I've got a roller there. I've got that stone picker. I'm not going to use a stone picker, and it is worth a bit of money, but every month I keep it, it decreases in value. So I'm going to take this one down to the shop, and I'm going to sell it, because I feel that that money is actually going to be quite useful to us, and it's absolutely not something I'm going to use. I've got stones turned off on this map. I did think that I would keep it here for something to use, but I'll be honest, I've worked on a lot of different farms over the years, and I have never, ever, ever worked on a farm that owns a mechanical stone picker. One farm I worked on had a JCB backhoe digger, you know, the one with the wheels and the bucket on the front, and then a backhoe thing on the back. Not an excavator, just a standard wheel digger, JCB wheel digger. They had a riddle bucket on the back of that thing that if the stones were really bad in any particular areas in the field, he would go in and just do it with that one. But I've never ever seen anything like this on any farm I ever worked on. So I'm just going to assume this farm's like most of the others I ever worked in. So there's 42,452 that we can get. I can repaint it for 405. And it got me an extra 60... I don't think it was 60. I think it's like 20 euros extra. I now have 83,999. That's a bit better. That's a lot better, that is. I like that. And I now need to go and get my fertilizer spinner on, and we want to go and put a bit of fertilizer across that field that we're going to plant with barley, because I was actually thinking that I want to do that and then I want to cultivate it. I'm not going to plough that field, I'm just going to cultivate it. So whether we want to put the... Like, if I put fertilizer on there and then I cultivate it, I don't think... Well, actually, it doesn't matter, because that seed drill there doesn't take fertilizer, so that's kind of besides the point. What's this one? It's not a seed thing. What is this one? This is... Oh, this is the fertilizer one. Right, this is how we make fertilizer with this one. You still got to feed the stuff in the top, so we're going to want some thingamajigs for that one. You know, the who's me bobs, the what's it calls it. The things! You know, the things! Where is my fertilizer spinner? I know I had one. We're gonna need some, can't even remember the name. Oh, I know where the fertilizer spinner is. We're going to need some augers. Augers, that's the word I was looking for. Augers. My mind went completely blank. Augers, conveyors, whichever you want to call them. We're going to need some of those in order to be able to feed the manure and stuff into the top of these things, because I'm not doing it with a bucket. That's going to take too long. I have no intention of doing that whatsoever. Right, 900 litres of solid fertiliser. I don't think I've got any solid fertiliser on the farm at the moment. We'll have a look. Scroll down through here. Solid fertiliser, 0 litres. I got lime, but I don't have any solid fertiliser. Ooh! This might be a really good way to test. Let's just have a look in the shop a second. Pallets. So we can buy solid fertilizer. That is a Euro pallet. It's an overloaded one. Right? That's an overloaded Euro pallet. 750 litres. 1,400. Mineral feed. I just want to see if we've got any other pallets of... That's barley, canola... Road salt, pig feed, mixed ration, herbicide, liquid. No. Just looking to see if we got fertilizer on any of these pallets. In small bags like that. There's another one there. It's just a remake of what... Alright, so there isn't. I'm not going to worry about that too much. So I'm going to get some of these. There's 750 litres at a time. If I get 4 of these to make 3,000 litres, how much have I got on this one? That takes... Seriously, this... 10,000? I didn't realise that we could take that much. Alright, let's go back in and get a little bit more. I do want to be a little bit careful. I don't want to overdo it because I need to also be able to carry it back. But I can take a few. I'll probably do. We're now on 69,999. So that one can stay there a second, and we will jump over to this tractor. The reason that I want to do this is because I want to see if the solid fertilizer Euro overloaded pallets will go into the pallet and bale shed. That's specifically why I'm getting these pallets. And that is the only reason I'm getting these pallets. It is a test to see if they will go into that shed. If they do go into that shed, it's actually quite cool. It's just more stuff that you can put in a shed, and I just kind of like that idea. I think that's just a really good thing, the versatility of it. If they don't go in the shed, well, so be it. I'm kind of expecting them not to. So I just sort of confirmed my theory, but if they do, then it's a happy bonus. That's kind of how I'm looking at this. Right, let's bring you around over here. It's not actually going to affect my gameplay in the slightest, but so I want to do left shift Z. Previous loading type and loading type. Left shift Z. At least they do cycle through them. Euro pallet overloaded. I can take 14 of them, so let's start loading that one up. Let's not smash into the front of the shop, shall we? That's probably not the way to go about things. Right, I've got those there. I could take another 4 pallets and have 1 trailer load of this. I'm going to do it. Before I do that, let me just turn off the trailer so I don't break anything. And then here, so I want 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Load that one again. There. I don't know what I pressed just now, but it clearly wasn't the correct button. And strangely, the overloaded... Oh, actually they are. I was thinking that the overloaded pallets weren't being grabbed hold of. They are being grabbed hold of. It's just the way that they're stacked. The straps are actually going in between the pallets. But because all the straps are on, they are still being tightly secured to the bed of the trailer. So we don't need to worry about that. It's not going to cause us any problems. We're going to go whizzing up the hill here. Now, there's 10,500 litres on this. So what I want to do is I want to take this over to that shed and see, first of all, if they will go in there. If they don't, they don't. That's fine. This entire load will actually go into our fertilizer spreader, I think, once I have gone and spread one load. I go and spread the load across that big field out there. I think is going to be like 1,400 litres, and then all the rest of it, because that spreader will take 10,000 litres, we can put in here. So let's turn off those beacons a minute. And I'm going to go up this way, and then I'm going to reverse in over here, and we see, because of the space that those pallets are apart, I think we might be able to put them in here. We can! Haha, look at that. Right, they all go in there. I've now got, the fertilizer is sort of at the back. This is really cool. I'm really impressed with this shed. Right, there's a lot of things that I've sort of become disenchanted with about this game, I must admit. Lots and lots of little errors and things like that, bugs that turn up, and it does kind of wear you down after a while. But this shed here is a redeeming feature. Credit where it's due, this is actually a really good shed. This is well made, well constructed. We've got pallet, solid fertilizer in there, and because of the way they lay them out on the ground, you can clearly see I got 100 pallets in here now, or 100 items. That's absolutely brilliant. I really, really like that. So we need to go over to this bit here, and it is press R to open the dialogue, the same as you would expect. So we press R right here, and then I got 61 bales here. I can't take all 61 out at once. I can only take out 25 at a time. And if I go through, I've got 13 of them, 14 of those, 2 of those. So it seems that you can only take a few out at a time. That's absolutely fine. So you're up to 25 by the look of it. Now, I don't want all 14 of them just yet. I'm going to take 10 of them because I can load all of those straight in. So we're going to do that. And I click start, and then it has placed it out at the front of the shed there for me. Absolutely brilliant. I will lower this bad boy down here. And then I can reverse up like this and just start loading this up. So I just need to press my R button to load these up. It's no different to doing it any other way. I mean, yeah, technically you probably be picking this pallet up so it was easier to dump them in. I'd probably be doing the same, but I'm quite happy with doing it like this. And drop that one in, and then that one. I don't think the one behind it is going to be... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.